Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, lived two boys in a small town with their dad, mom, 5 dogs and a parrot. Dad was a businessman and mom helped him in the business. And although their parents worked all day, the family spent a lot of time together and they were very happy. The boys had fun with their friends, did sport in school and enjoyed everyday life. One day a sad thing happened. Their beloved grandpa died and the family moved to another town. They packed all their belongings and with the 5 dogs and Numbi the parrot, they moved to a smaller town. Fortunately, they now lived on a farm. Life changed for them. The school was not so nice and their parents now worked longer hours. But as families do, they adapted to their circumstances and lived their life making the best of everything. After a few years, the oldest boy, Peter, left the house after he finished school and went to stay in the city. Nicholas, his younger brother, mom and dad missed him very much and the house felt incomplete without him there. Peter decided to become a lawyer, mostly because mom thought it was a good idea, but deep in his heart, he had another dream. For a while, life continued, but the 2 brothers felt lost. Nicholas because he was now alone in the house without his big brother, and Peter, the leader of the lost brothers, because he was not living his dream. Once again, life changed for the family of 4 humans and 6 animals when Nicholas was in a terrible accident and ended up in hospital with many broken bones. Dad and mom prayed every day for their son to be healed, and the Lord listened to their heartfelt and honest prayer for their boy. Although he missed a lot of school, Nicholas healed enough to go back and continue with his life. Every day, even until today, his family is grateful that the Lord saved his life. One day just before Christmas, Peter sat with his mom on the veranda, looking down at the river below, and told her about his secret dream. He wanted to be a chef. To make food, really good food, is what he wanted to do. His mom smiled secretly because in her heart she also knew that Peter was not happy and finally he now had the chance to follow his heart and make his dreams come true. Peter became a wonderful chef, and during his studies, his younger brother also finished school. Peter went back to the farm to fetch his brother to live with him in the city. Nicholas was a very bright boy and the family was very proud of him. He wanted to work with computers and write programs to make life easier for people. The 2 boys lived happily in their small house in the city until Peter had to go far away to another town to finish his studies. He flew over the mountains and went to stay at the sea. He was so very happy and liked the sea so much that he decided to fly even further. Far, far over the big ocean, he flew to another country and decided to stay there. Although Dad, Mom, Nicholas and all the animals missed him so much, they were happy and thankful that he could live his dream. Nicholas did not feel like a lost boy anymore because he knew Peter was happy and that made him happy too. He made sure he went to visit Dad and Mom very often because he knew that they missed their boys very much. That made them very happy. Peter decided to work on a boat and make food for all the hard-working sailors. Every now and then, very grand people sailed across the ocean on the boat, and he made food for them too. Peter became very famous for his grand food, and everybody on the boat loved him. They called him Peter Pan, for he used many pans every day to cook. Every year for Christmas he spread his wings, and with fairy dust and a little hope he flew back over the great ocean to visit his family. Oh, what joyous times that was, being together as a family and to hear about all his adventures and the wonderful cities he saw. They spent Christmas together, and every year after Christmas he would fly back to the land far, far over the great ocean to cook for the sailors again. Then life changed again. Peter Pan met a beautiful sailor girl named Jess. She came from an upside-down land far away, where animals carried their babies in belly pouches and people called each other mate. That must be the reason why she decided to become a sailor. She was a lovely girl who worked very hard on the boat, harder than most of the men. Peter Pan gave one look at the Scoutmaster Jess and he was hooked. They spent as much time together as possible and they were very happy. Peter Pan decided to work on another boat because he saw that the sailors on this boat was thin and hungry and they needed somebody to cook for them. Unfortunately, Captain Hook was not a very nice man to work for. He was missing a hand because he tried to steal food from a crocodile and lost his hand. He treated all the sailors unfairly and stole their money. One after the other, the sailors left to work on other boats, but Captain Hook gave them bad reviews and told the other captains not to employ them. Peter Pan was very upset when he found out about the money. Treating them badly is one thing, but stealing their hard-earned money, it was unacceptable. Peter Pan confronted Captain Hook. It was a fierce battle, but in the end Peter Pan won and Captain Hook had to pay back all the stolen money. Life on the farm became lonely to Dad and Mom. Luckily, Nicholas decided to live with them again, and that made them very happy. One day, as Dad was tending to the garden, the Lord whispered a secret into his heart. He knew then and there that he also had to feed people. Dad decided to buy a big truck and turn it into a kitchen. They moved to the city close to the sea with the big mountain. Every Sunday, Dad and Mom cooked in the big truck and fed the poor people until they had enough to eat. Through the years, some of the dogs died because they lived a long and happy life and they wanted to go to heaven. The family will always remember them and they are loved and missed. Now they are left with only one dog. His name is T-Bone and Noombi the parrot. Peter Pan goes home to visit very often and the family lived happily ever after.